Hi there, y'all. Hope you've had a great weekend. It's Sunday evening. We had a special occasion today. My granddaughter was baptized, which was awesome. Um, we got together as a family, and my daughter had actually done a lot of cooking. So I'm so proud of her for cooking. Um, and she doesn't cook a lot because she's a professional career woman and busy and doesn't usually enjoy cooking so much, but she did a great job. So I wanted to tell you tonight what I'm doing is I'm going to try to make some salmon croquettes, salmon patties, and I'm using a can of the red salmon, the really nice. This is the pricier salmon than some of it. So I wanted to show you what I'm going to do is, I may have to lower this down a little bit. Hold on a second so you can see both the bowls. Okay, I've got two bowls here. I'm going to dump the salmon out into one bowl, and then I'm going to sort through it because some people will eat everything. I don't like to eat the bones that are in here, especially the big bones. Some of the little ones you can't do anything about. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour this juice out over here where I'm not going to use the salmon. Well, I think I'll just go ahead and dump it all in here like this. You can see it comes out really nice in one big chunk, but you can easily tear it apart into sections like this. And then as you look at those sections, you'll be able to see, sometimes you'll see a big piece of backbone. And I always take this black skin off because I don't want that skin. To me, it makes it taste too fishy. I don't like a real strong fishy taste. So I'm taking that black stuff out of there. And you can see there's a row of little ribs here. See if I can get them out without them. If they crumbled into little pieces, then that's fine. That means they're going to crumble up and you won't even detect them in the salmon croquettes. So now I'm just going to kind of just crumble this all up like this. I don't see any really big bones in this one, this little section. Okay, and there's some right there. I'm going to pull that out. I just want you to see how I do that. Let me turn this around so you can see. You can see there's a lot of bones right there. Here's some more of that big black skin. I'm just going to pull that off of there. Some people eat all of this. I just don't. I'm sorry. And since I'm cooking for just me and Bob, I don't feel like it goes to waste at all, and we feed this right to the dogs. They love it. So we have two big German Shepherds, and they love to eat anything we give them. So just crumble this up. There's no other little bones in that. What I'm looking for is there's like a backbone that's in some of these, and that's kind of hard and won't really crumble very easily. So I just want to make sure I don't have any of that in here. There's usually some in each can. Okay, there you go. Can you see that right there? I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get it closer. Can you see that bone right there in the middle? That's what I'm going to take out. It's a backbone. There you go. You can see it now. It's a pure backbone. I'm just taking that out because I don't want to be eating that. It probably would crumble up and all, but if I don't have to eat it, I'm not planning to. All this fatty black stuff, I'd take that on out. Like this. And just crumble what's left. I'm not feeling any sharp anythings in my hands then when I crumble that. You notice I took my rings off too. I'm not going to be doing this with my rings on. I want to get all that in my rings. Black stuff. If something really feels really squishy in your hands, just go ahead and toss that over there too. It's probably some kind of fat. We don't need any extra fat. We're trying to get rid of fat, right? You can see this is making quite a bit already. And just this part that I'm doing. There's Bob coming in the back door again. Every time I'm filming, he comes in and out the back door. Usually more than once. That was the oven just finished cooling off. I was baking some sweet potatoes. I baked sweet potatoes with these salmon patties and some French style green beans right out of the can. I love them. So it's going to be a pretty quick dinner and easy. I've been watching the History Channel this afternoon and was learning about how Nathan's hot dogs got started and White Castle hamburgers. So you see we got all this right here. The dogs are going to love that. That'll be mixed right in with their dog food tonight. And they will think they've died and gone to heaven. So wash my hands off here. All right, so I'm going to pause the video and go wash my hands really good and come back and I'll show you what's going to go in here next. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to now mix in some other ingredients. This is an egg that I've slightly beaten here. Mix that in. Then I'm going to add a half tablespoon of Frank's Red Hot, just the regular Frank's Red Hot. Well, all right. And then half a teaspoon of yellow mustard. Tablespoon, I'm sorry, half a tablespoon. And then a heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise, and I'm using the light mayo. And then this is a tablespoon of finely chopped onion. I guess you could probably use onion flakes too if you didn't have a fresh onion. And then I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of salt. and about 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. And then I normally would put breadcrumbs, but I'm trying to be healthier and do a little bit of dieting as well. So I'm going to use the 1-minute quick oats instead. So I'm going to put 1/3 of a cup of those in here. This will just help hold it all together. So just stir this up. I'm going to stir it up really good and get all those ingredients mixed in. If you wanted to, you could add some garlic powder to this or some Old Bay seasoning, really just whatever suits your fancy. We like the Frank's Red Hot flavor. Get that out of the spoon. Make it do better. You can see that oatmeal just kind of thickens it up here. So it's a nice thick consistency so that I can now take it in my hands and make it into patties because it's a nice thick consistency. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to divide it out into probably about 4 patties. Spread it out here and kind of divide it in half and half again. And then I'll make patties out of each of these. So, hold a second, let me get a plate over here. I've got a plate here where I put about 1/4 of a cup or 1/3 of a cup of cornmeal. It's nothing but cornmeal here. So, set that here where you can see it. Let me scoop this up. So I'm just going to do just like you'd make a hamburger patty, only I'm making it with the salmon. And what the cornmeal is going to do is just going to add a little crunch on the outside when you saute these up. Like this. So it just gives it a little coating, fine coating like that. And that's going to go right in here in the skillet. I'm going to heat up about 2 tablespoons of oil. Since I think I can just right here like this. If you really want to diet, you could spray this with Pam instead of using any oil. But I kind of want to make sure that that's going to get crispy, and I think the oil will do that trick. Get that oil around everywhere in the pan. I'll be making these other patties up now. We also planted some flowers today, which was always fun. Really makes the porch start looking pretty with potted flowers around. And I'll have to take y'all up to my garden area. A few years ago, we took some old tires and we let the grandkids have fun with cans of spray paint. And each one got to paint 2 tires and made some really cool looking planters up there. So I'll take y'all up there one day this week and show you how we've stacked them up and how cute they look. Good use for old tires. And now I'm thinking about doing something very similar with some cinder blocks, because I saw a DIY thing on that and it looked like fun. But I think the grandkids won't come. They've gotten to be older teenagers now and they're probably not as interested in it, but I still like to do things like that. Guess I'm still a kid at heart. Either that or I'm just tacky. I don't know which. My daughter would probably say I was tacky. Okay, that looks like it's starting to sizzle a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and put those in. Yep. Yep. Make this last one up. Get it in there. Anyhow, I'll get these on in the pan, and when it's time to turn them over, I'll show you what they look like on the other side. And then our dinner will be ready. This is a very quick dinner to make, and it's one you can always keep in your pantry. Just keep a can of salmon on hand, because it's just a good old standby when you can't think of what you want to fix for dinner. You can always do this. And I don't really like fresh salmon, but I love salmon croquettes, so go figure, you know. Everybody has their own taste. But anyhow, those are all in the pan, and I'll be back with you in just a few minutes. All right, I want to show you this. I've already turned one over, but you can see, let me get you closer so you can see good. This, see how crispy they look on the other side? See that? That is looking perfect. Let's see if I can get this one. Just perfect. So these will be ready as soon as the other side looks like that, which maybe 3 or 4 more minutes, and our dinner will be ready. And I've got my green beans over here. All I'm going to do is add a little bit of garlic in here with these, and those will be perfect. And I've already got my sweet potatoes baking in the oven, so we are about to have dinner, y'all. I hope you have a great Sunday evening and a great start to your week next week. And I love you, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.